for safety reasons.
Yeah, my goodness, look at that thing. This is a much better idea, I think. Welcome to part 6 of our Philippines adventure, and in this video we are still in Tungao, Mela's hometown, which is situated on the island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines. Our plan is to spend around about a week in Tungao with Mela's family, but it's going to also be Mela's birthday during this time, and we're going to be taking a trip with the whole family to a place about 2 hours away called Casa Domira. We're also going to be doing a road trip to go and see Mela's auntie, and that will give me the opportunity to drive one of the local forms of transport here in Tungao.
So it's currently like 9:30. Oh my god. And now he's planning to take a bath here. Don't wet the clothes upstairs. I like that. Don't wet that one because you're so tall. Because you're cold.
It's gonna be malamig.
Yeah, because that's overflowing water from that deep well there. Come on. Don't put your head in the thing.
So this well used to be hand pumped, but then I don't know what changed, but they worked out it didn't need to be hand pumped, and it just feeds 24/7 now, just constantly. Normally it overflows into this bath, and then that overflows through those holes, and then it just, I don't know, keeps going on its way. But you can see they've also got these hoses here, these pipes, like that one and that one, and those are for houses. So when you want to fill your water tank up for your house, you come down here and you plug your hose in. This one is for Mela's parents over here. And then, oh actually, it might be this one is for Mela's parents. And then they've got their pump which they turn on and it pumps it up. Otherwise, that just sits in there. Noelle and I are just about to go get a haircut at the local barbers. Might get a shave too. It's a bit hard to shave here with the bucket bath and all that. So it'll be an interesting experience. Anyway, I haven't been to a barber, I haven't been to a hairdresser's about 20 years. This is all DIY, so let's see what happens. Well, it's not very often that you get an audience watching you get your hair cut with a whole bunch of laughter because some Australian has decided to get his hair cut in little old Tungao. But it was also made more humorous because the barber had to stand on a crate so that he could reach the top of my head. Well, it's not my usual style, but they say the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut's 2 weeks. It was very nice, he did a good job. It wasn't quite what I was after, but a bit of a language barrier. Anyway, certainly lighten the load for now. Be better with the sweat anyway. Today.
We're preparing because we're going to the resort. It's called Casa Domira. It's 2 hours away from here, and we're just waiting for them to arrive.
You can take 2 vans?
2 vans. 2 vans for the whole family. Because we're 24 people here, including kids and all the stuff, and there's so many food.
That's a surprise. Just getting everything ready, and then we'll be heading off soon. While in Tungao, we had actually bought Chewy as a present for Mabel and Juden. And sadly, after we returned back to Australia, we found out that Chewy had succumbed to the parvovirus.
I'm the tour guide now.
Tour guide and bus driver. Oh wow. Well, this took us a lot more than 2 hours. Typical Philippine style. The van had to be changed over when we got into Butuan for some reason that I still don't understand. And that took forever. And then we couldn't find the place that had the food, and then we forgot some of the food, and then we had to get beer, and they didn't have enough beer. And so it's taken us about 4 or 5 hours to do the 2-hour trip. But we're here. And it looks special. Of course, karaoke machine included. That's important. Oh yeah, I can hear the waves. I'll have to show you this in the morning. It's cool.
Casa Domira is located in the northern part of the island of Mindanao, and like most places in the Philippines, the water is beautiful, clear and warm. Unfortunately, there seems to be a fair bit of damage around this area from recent typhoons. This area seems to have quite a large tide, and these photos were taken with the tide right out. Makes for some very interesting footage, but it does make it a little hard to get into the water. When the tide's in, it comes right up to the staircase. But if you don't want to battle the rocks, it's okay because there's a swimming pool right at the house for you.
Oh, this place has got standby generator. Manual start. There's a changeover switch inside. The rest of the wiring looks, you know, legit. Yeah, that'll work. Not sure what that one's for, but it's probably important. The safety continues inside with this nice metallic changeover box with all the safeties added on.
This trip was really to celebrate Mela's birthday with their family in Mindanao. And as soon as we arrived, the family got straight to preparing all of the food and decorations for the upcoming party. If you're having a celebration in the Philippines, there's nothing quite like a roast pig, or what the Filipinos call lechon, to show everybody that it's a really important occasion.
I have lechon, I have cordon bleu, I have pakle, I have aplada,
And it wouldn't be a Filipino celebration without a bit of karaoke and some party games. And I gotta say, these guys really know how to make a lot of fun out of very little. Some of these party games are absolutely hilarious.
Pausik ko lang mo plaster. Okay. Okay. It makes it, no?
Oh, I see.
It makes it.
That's so clever.
With our time at Casa Domira finished, we made our way back to Tungao, and we had one last thing that we had to do, and that was go and visit Mela's auntie.
Multi-cab, yeah. The yellow one. The yellow one multi-cab. Yeah.
We've hired it because where are we going to go? We're going to your auntie's.
Yeah, maybe in Maningalaw. Barangay Maningalaw.
20 minutes.
Maybe.
Multi-cabs mabuti because we can fit the whole family and familia.
Yeah.
Was it Suzuki?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, maybe.
Multi-cabs are the Philippines' answer to compact and economical transportation. They're very popular, especially in Mindanao, and these small-sized minivans are also known for their vibrant colours and bench-style seating. This open space at the back can be used for transporting everything from people to groceries, making the multi-cabs the go-to choice for short-distance travel and hauling goods in certain regions of the Philippines. This particular one even has four-wheel drive and air conditioning.
You've already done it once.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Tungao is only a small place, and so it's only a short drive to get out into the more rural parts of the area. And just like back home in Australia, I love being out of the cities and out in the more regional and rural parts of pretty much anywhere. This is where the views are just stunning. You might be wondering why you need four-wheel drive for this kind of little taxi multi-cab arrangement that we've got right here. Well, it's not long before we turn right, drive past one of the local elementary schools, and then we leave the sealed concrete roads and hit the gravel. And this gravel, several weeks after we left and returned home, was completely underwater. After driving past a few rice paddies, we finally end up at the village where Mela's auntie lives.
So what have you got there?
It's a green honey
Why is it green?
because
The coloring.
instead of bees, they actually got this one underground.
Yes.
It's called like,
This is called
I don't know,
Mumus.
buligan.
buligan. It's called buligan.
Our language.
Tabuan, yeah, tabuan.
Yeah.
So it's wasps.
Ba't masarap to?
Yeah.
Like wasps instead of
Oh, but
bees.
it was
After meeting some of Mela's extended family and the family having a bit of a catch-up, as well as us tasting some weird hornet underground honey stuff that was green in colour, it was time for us to make a move and head on back to Tungao.
We're just buying some vegetables, fruit and vegetables, I think, by the looks of it. John's going to let me have a drive of this absolute weapon, the multi-cab.
Well, after being screamed at by a large number of Filipinos in the back of the multi-cab for simply driving on the left-hand side of the road, which is, you know, obviously correct, I managed to find my way around the multi-cab.
No horn, broken.
Look, this is my niece, and this is his niece.
When you first look at the multi-cab, though, you don't realise exactly how small it is. I mean, the driving position of this vehicle is absolutely ridiculous for someone 6'3" like myself. But it was still a heap of fun. I love driving anything I can get my hands on. No matter what it is or where it is, I'll give it a go. I reckon it's great fun. And just like that, our time in Tungao was over. So we said farewell to Mela's parents and her family, and we hopped on our Cebu Pacific flight back to Manila.
going back to the city.
This flight was awesome. We were on the very first row, and there's no divider or TV screens because it's a budget airline. So we had legroom for days. Our next stop was back to Manila because we had one last thing that we wanted to go and do, and we were very excited about it.
So what are we doing now?
We're going to Lipa, Batangas.
What's this?
It's a resort. So we're going to stay there for one night. We're here in Ate Emily's house in Dasman. We're just dropping some stuff and picking up some people. Some people.
Some more family?
Yes.
More familia.
Familiar.
The big question though is it going to rain?
I hope not. It's like blue sky.
Okay.
Our next stop is located in the province of Batangas. Batangas is known for its stunning beaches and diverse marine life. It's only about 100 kilometres out of Manila, but it takes between 2 and 3 hours to travel there by car. Manila is famous for a lot of things, and one of those things is its traffic. Manila is often ranked as the place with the worst traffic congestion in the world, with the average commuter spending over 1,000 hours stuck in traffic jams each year. Thankfully, Mela's cousin Mark, who is our driver for this trip, knows all of the best routes to take to speed up our commute. I've never had a journey that was as quick and painless as this one while travelling through Manila. And we finally arrived at the second last place that we'll be staying on our Philippines trip. The name of this place is very uninventive and called the Asian Villages, and located in Lipa City in the province of Batangas. We're only going to be staying in this accommodation for one night, but we're going to invite a whole bunch of people here, family and friends that Mela knows in Manila, that weren't able to make it down to Mindanao and Tungao to see us down there. I've got to say, we've seen some pretty impressive places on this trip, but this is absolutely stunning. So we stayed here last night, and I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this place. How can you hate it because of this? And over here we've got another mountain, we've got a volcano just down there. This actually is the volcano near to Tungao that I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, erupted. And you can still see that apparently those mountains over there used to be all green and covered in trees, and now they're still all covered in ash and rock. The pool is amazing, the building is incredible, the architecture is fantastic, and it's kind of like a resto mod. If you were talking about cars, it's got really old rare hardwood that you can't get in the Philippines anymore. Structurally it's what it's made out of. The furniture looks ridgy-dig, like really old school. The design is a typical tropical style house with lots of air coming through. You can't really close it down, the windows don't have glass. Well, some of the windows do, the doors don't. But there's areas that are just open all of the time regardless of what you do. But brilliant, love it. Some of the chairs outside, even though they're really awesome, they need a little bit of work and are a little bit dangerous. It's on the scale of 1 to holy crap for Philippines. It's not really that bad, but we paid a lot of money for this place, so you would sort of hope that the chairs were a little bit nicer than they are. The main problem here was the fridge stopped working. When we got here, it was 25 degrees in the fridge and about 5 degrees or something in the freezer.
we told them about it, and the owners sort of said, no, it'll get better. It's just been turned on. Didn't really believe them. We waited an hour and it got warmer in the fridge, so that clearly wasn't going to work. We asked them if we could just simply get some ice and a cooler, like an esky type thing, and we can just put our drinks and food in there. We're fine with that. They told us, yeah, we can hire a tricycle and go down the road to the shops and buy some ice. And we said, no, we just would like it if you could just bring us some ice. That would be, that would be fair, surely. Don't want, we're not making a big deal here, but it turned into a big deal and they threatened to kick us out. So we stopped talking to them, and then all of a sudden 5 bags of ice and a cooler turned up. So, yeah. Anyway, on top of that, there's no hot water here. And even though that's a common thing in Philippines, hot showers are not really a massive thing because it's generally pretty hot and the water's normally pretty warm. Here the water's quite cool. Even though we're only 800 kilometres north of where we were in Mindanao, that does make it slightly cooler because it's northern hemisphere. But that's not the real reason. The real reason is this elevation. We're up so high here, it's actually a lot cooler. It's noticeably different. I'm not even sweating for the first time in weeks. But the water is freezing cold coming out of the tap. And I haven't had a hot shower in 2 weeks. I was pretty excited to have a nice hot shower, and it wasn't to be. So there's a few things that are a bit of a bummer here. The host was a bit, I'd just say rude. And, there's a few maintenance issues, but don't regret coming. One minute, this is absolutely brilliant. And tonight we're going to be staying in a fancy 5-star hotel in Taguig, in Taguig. So we should finally get that hot shower with any luck.
As it turns out, it's not a 5-star hotel. There may or may not be rumours going around that I didn't listen to Mela. I think that's very unfair.
Yeah, you didn't listen to me. I cancelled that one because Jude and Justin is here with us.
Anyway, we're in a lovely Airbnb and it's actually very, very nice. We've stayed here before in the same apartment complex in 2019, but this is actually really, really nice. And guess what we had? What do we have? We have
a hot shower.
And a toilet that flushes itself without a bucket.
And a really, really good fridge that's working really good.
So we have got back, we've sort of just thrown our crap everywhere. Throw in our crap everywhere because we're only here for 2 nights and then we're catching a plane home. But we, what is it now? It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. So we're going to head out and about and have a bit of a look around. This is a part of Tagatai that's called Tagatai. I keep saying Tagatai. Taguig. That's called Venice, and it's got like a shopping complex with a sort of replica of the Venice canals. It's kind of just like swimming pools with boats in it, but it's pretty cool anyway. So we're going to go have a look around, maybe grab a bite to eat, and come back here, have a nice sleep in some aircon, and maybe even another shower.
Mall is located in Taguig, which is one of 16 central business districts inside of Metro Manila. It's such a great concept for a shopping mall, with all of the restaurants and food available on the edges of the canal. The views are great, the atmosphere is sensational, and when you've finished having something to eat, you can just head inside and do your shopping. And speaking of shopping, while we were inside looking for some groceries, we found this Australiana stand that glorified Woolworths branded products, which is quite bizarre for us because that's a budget brand back home in Australia. We then made a quick stop at some night markets on the way back to our accommodation before we went to bed and prepared ourselves for our flight home. just like that, our time in the Philippines in 2023 was over, and it was time for us to go home. I really hope that you enjoyed this series of videos, and if you've never been to the Philippines or it's never been somewhere on your radar, maybe go and check it out. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, Philippines.
Bye-bye.